Hey everybody, it's Bill from Matt-Trakker.com and welcome to this episode of Behind the Mask. Before we get started, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to our channel. It helps keep us going and it helps you keep Mask alive. So thank you for that. And if you haven't had a chance to check out our Redbubble store, there's some original designs over there. Anything that goes from that sale-wise goes directly toward the website. So thank you for that as well. In today's episode, I want to talk about regret. And that's a pretty broad statement, but we'll narrow it down. But for an example, regret could be a bad haircut, a car you purchased, a job that you took, or maybe a sports team that you follow for your entire life and realize you're never going to see a championship. But I digress. Let's talk about collecting regrets. Now, I'm going to go over mine in a second here, but before I do, if anything comes to mind as I'm talking, feel free to put it in the comments because I love to learn and to kind of be able to chat back and forth with everybody, but also posting your regret might help somebody avoid something or help them learn something as well. So that's an important aspect here. So please, if you have the time and if you're not afraid to share, that'd be great. So collecting is broad in itself. Now, I have physical things behind me, but I also collect stories and images and interviews for the website. And if you follow the channel for a little while, you'll know that one of the biggest regrets I have is never being able to interview Lance Anderson in this type of format. If you don't know who Lance Anderson is, he was pretty much the driving force behind the Mask logo itself. He came up with a lot of the concepts and the box art that you see. 97% of those are his design. Some different people colored it, but it was his design himself. And Lance was a wealth of knowledge. He kind of helped me keep the website going because there was a point in time where I was like, well, I don't really know where this is going to go. And I just kind of leave it as it is. But then he reached out to me with some images and concept art, and it really got me going again. And before he passed, I wasn't doing this type of format. So I kind of wish I was doing something with YouTube earlier, but I'm grateful for everything that he has shared. And I know that he shared with a couple other sites as well. And I'm grateful that he was able to share his knowledge of some of the earlier concept names, the Mask Force, what that was all about. It was, something that I will treasure, and I just hope he's still resting in peace. Another regret I have is not getting the cast and crew together in one session. Now, I still can, and I hope to be able to do that one day. After the passing of Brendan McCain, it made it a little bit more prevalent that I missed that opportunity because everybody that has worked on the show, cast and crew wise, has been phenomenal. They're fantastic human beings, and it would have just been really cool to have everybody interacting together again, maybe with some of the voices. It would have been really cool to see. But there's still time. We still have a lot of the cast out there that I've talked to, and let's see how it goes. Now for collecting regrets. I have a couple. One would be that, and there's no way that I could have known this or you could have known this, that when you were younger, that there would be a market for this. There would be us collecting these items, these memories that we have behind us. So my brother and I, we used to throw them at each other, not just Mask, but everything. And I don't know any of this stuff survived. But then once we started, getting a little little rough, they just throw them at each other. I don't recommend it, by the way. But yeah, we just didn't take care of them. We cherished them, but we didn't take care of them. And a few pieces survived my childhood, mask-wise, but a lot of it was recollecting. And I'm happy I did the recollecting when I did, because I had 99% of the vehicles completed before the market really kicked up into higher collecting points with this. Now I collect the boxes, which again, it's cardboard. Why would you keep that? But I'm collecting them. The condition doesn't matter. I just wanted to have it for posterity and to try to make sure I could preserve at least that portion of it as well. And not so there was a point in time where I started collecting a lot of DC classics and the early lines of Marvel Legends, like the Toy Biz versions. And I had a lot of them, but there wasn't a ton of value on it. And at a certain point, I realized that I'm buying, and Brian and I kind of talked about this in the last Talking Overtime, and it made me think about the topic for this episode. I realized there was a point where I was like, well, now I have 3 Blue Beetles, or whatever many there were. Like, what do I need that many? So I reduced down, and I didn't make any of the money back really, but it was kind of this me fixing, I guess, not a mistake, but fixing something that didn't go the right way. And it turned into me kind of just focusing on, so there's a Superman and Batman shelf here, and then there's a Legends shelf still and a DC shelf, but they're not classics. They're not all, they're the figures that I want. And the rule is that there's one of each, except for down here, because those are my 2 favorite characters to collect and in comic book lore. So I want to have those in the way they are. Yeah, it's really something to think about, and it's a diverse question, because regrets mean a lot of different things. So those are some of my regrets. I'm sure others will come to mind eventually, but those are the ones that were kind of pertain to this episode. So again, if you have any regrets that you want to share, I would love to hear about it, just for perspective, and hopefully it'll help somebody else in the end. But think about how you want to collect, what you want to collect, and regret-wise, if you realize that at some point, that's fine, but you might not realize it for another 10 years, and that's fine too. But don't feel bad about it. Just kind of make sure you learn from it and kind of keep going with it. That's the best advice I could give overall, other than I can't tell you how to feel either. So that's the best advice I can give, but you can feel any way you want. But yeah, if you have any questions about the couple of things I talked about here and anything specific at all, please feel free to post it in the comments. And as always, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to help keep Mask alive. And this is Bill from Matt-Trakker.com, and I'll talk to you later. Spectrum's got such supervision. Na 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 na.